commended his love toward us in that while we were yet sinners, Christ died for us. And much more then, being just justified by his blood, we shall be saved from the wrath through him. And so we were sinners, and unbelievers, but yet Christ died on the cross for us. But on top of all of that, being justified by the blood, being saved, he said in verse 10, if when we were enemies, we were reconciled to God by the death of his son, much more being reconciled, we shall be saved by his life. So the death of his son, the cross, having been reconciled already, saved, we should be saved by the life he's talking. He's talking about another kind of salvation, salvation by himself. Because he says, for if when we were enemies, we were reconciled to God by the death of his son, much more being reconciled, we shall be saved by his life. And so that's a different kind of salvation. That particular salvation, it was there was a salvation by his death. That's when he paid the price on the for our sins on the cross. But the much more was when he says, on top of all of that, there's a salvation by his life that is from the wrath of God. And Paul wasn't talking about hell right here. He was talking about the wrath of God, which is explained in Romans chapter 1, starting around verse 18. It's explained that the wrath of God is the consequences for the evil world. So God gives them over to, the scriptures say God gives them over to this and gives them over to that, a reprobated mind, and he gives them over to when they reject Christ. So we're not only saved for eternity, but we're also, through Christ's death, we're also saved. There's a salvation from God's wrath through his life.
Yes. And that is not that it's a separate salvation, it's just a deeper level of that same salvation. Because it's big, right? It's expansive, it's
right.
Wide, it's deep, it goes down. So we appropriating that work, and that other level of the deepening of the salvation we were talking about is where we're walking in it. We're following Jesus, taking no chance getting lost, where we are putting on Jesus. That means he's wearing us like a glove. He's wearing us. It's no longer what I want, I think, I feel. It's what he wants, he feels. And that's the part where you're talking about, where we're becoming walking epistles. Yeah. He leading us. We just like he's saying it and we moving. We didn't fight it, but he the head. That's that his life. We're living the life of Christ, how he lived, how he lived before the Father, an example that he gave us. So who better can show us how to live before the Lord in obedience than the one that did it?
All right now.
So when we step out the way, okay, that's the salvation you're talking about. We're stepping out the way, giving ourselves away, saying, "Go on, do it, Jesus. Use my hands, use my feet, use my mouth. I'm here."
Yes, this is